A Russian court has decided to take on the world's biggest search engine by fining them 20... Whoa, that can't be right. This has to be a typo, right? Josh?
200000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000ooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooooh
Google to cough up. And no, it's not just you. That $20 decillion sum is a ridiculous amount of money. In fact, it's way more money than there even is in the entire world combined. So what on earth calls for a fee this ginormous?
Well, the Kremlin has been pretty grumpy with YouTube, which is owned by Google's parent company, Alphabet. Since 2020, it started banning a lot of Russian state-run media outlets, and that then ramped up 2 years later when Russia invaded Ukraine, because it said the accounts were violating its policies. So a Russian court has decided to slap them with the huge fine.
Now, as if it needs saying, it's unlikely Google will be paying this fine. And it looks like the Kremlin knows that, with a spokesperson saying it's more of a symbolic move. But according to Russian media, if the company doesn't pay the fee soon, the fine will continue to increase and could jump up to 1 googol, the value Google themselves are named after, which is a 1 followed by 100 zeros. Yikes.
The biggest event on the Hindu calendar, Diwali, is being celebrated across the world and right here in Australia. Michelle caught up with some kids to tell us all about it.
Diwali is the festival of light, and we celebrate it with sometimes lighting sparklers and
firecrackers, fireworks, and sometimes
do rangoli. It's like patterns on the ground made with colour, and then we eat traditional meals and desserts.
Yeah, but that about sums up Diwali, which thousands of Aussies have been celebrating and will continue to celebrate over the weekend. But what exactly is it?
Diwali celebrates the Hindu New Year.
Lots of people in India celebrate it.
it's 5 days.
Celebrating goodness over evil.
Diwali is one of the most important days in the Hindu calendar. It's also celebrated by thousands of Sikhs and Jains. And there are lots of different stories of royals or goddesses defeating demons and saving the day. The festival symbolises the victory of light over darkness, so that's where all the lights come in. And there are all sorts of ways people celebrate across the 5 days to welcome lots of goodness into the new year.
One of my grandparents from India, she comes over, she cooks meals, and then she cooks a sweet called gulab jamun.
We go to the temple and pray.
We kind of share firecrackers around and we eat together.
Happy Diwali!
Come on. Now it's time for a part of the show I like to call Close Enough. Dang. First up to New Zealand, where this peculiar statue has raised a few eyebrows. Some find it weird in a good way, others weird in a weird way.
Honestly, the first time I saw him, I thought it was real disturbing. It is still disturbing.
It was installed on top of this university in Wellington 5 years ago, and now it's going to a new home here in Australia. Where exactly is still a mystery. Now to some standout Halloween costumes, from Heidi Klum dressed as E.T., yes, there's a reason she's been dubbed the Queen of Halloween in recent years, to Amelia de Moldenberg dressed as Roz from Monsters, Inc.
Wazowski, you didn't file your paperwork last night.
The Bidens also got in on the action, with the First Lady rocking a panda suit, and I guess the President's just cosplaying as himself this year. But my personal favourite is Ed Sheeran dressed as a monkey, a tongue-in-cheek reference to this AI-generated pic of him that's been floating around the internet. And finally, to Rome in Italy, where the famous Trevi Fountain has been closed for renovations, much to the disappointment of tourists who come from far and wide to chuck coins in the fountain and make a wish. Cue this temporary pool. Yes, it's not much to look at, but visitors are more than welcome to throw their change into it from behind this fence. I wonder if these wishes still come true. Oh. Well, that's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Don't tell them I did that.